going back many years.
He might have too, because he was...
That would be after he retired from the fishery.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't
Margaret?
know that.
Yes.
No.
He was the cycle then. Oh, a nice looking man.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
was.
a nice looking man.
Yes.
big, very tall man.
You ask some other, yes. That was your grandfather I'm talking about.
Alexander
Yes.
Davidson.
The grandfather.
Yes.
Yes, oh, he's a nice looking man. And his wife, Bella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where did he work? Where did he work?
He worked at the poor, your uncle, your grand uncle.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. That would be after the fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing, you see. That would be after the war. Like
We were wondering, you know the boat Susan Gardner?
Yes, that's where I remember it was up on the beach.
Yes, that's right.
Where
That was, down from the toilet.
Yes,
You know, Willisville.
Yes,
They were up from
They
there.
called them up there.
That's bit out all this.
And do you
What
know
about
where
the-
how it had that name? Where the name came from?
Susan Garnet.
Uh-huh.
I think it would be after there was a colonel owned Cromer Lodge,
Cromwell Lodge, okay.
and his wife, she took the mission. They always took them to all. They used to have a mission on a Sunday, and that was taken by Miss Susan Gardner. And yes, So that's why likely someone they'll be working for Cromer Lodge, Gun Lodge.
Beside the gun lodge. Yeah.
Cromer Lodge we
Yeah.
would
What about the other boat?
That's a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the other boat?
My
Was
gra-
called his grandfather's boat.
Was named Mabel Lloyd.
Do you know that
Was
one?
that your mother's father's boat?
Yeah.
Did he have a boat?
He had a boat called the Mabel Lloyd.
There was always a row of boats
Yes.
tied up
Yeah.
when they went out to the fishing.
Yep.
And Jess Davidson's grandfather, Jess Davidson was a great pal of ours when we were bairns at school. And Jess was brought up by our grandfather, William Davidson. No, not relation of yours,
No.
Davidson, no. And he had a boat. And we used to watch them, Jess's granny and the lovely looking grandfather, they would be in the lovely shade at the back, mending the nets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But your mother's father certainly was at the fort cycling. He used to cycle up
Is
there.
that right? Yeah. And that was after he gave up fishing and after the war.
That would be after the fishing.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
I
the
never knew
fishing
that.
stopped after the war.
Yep. I never knew that.
Yes, no.
Oh, lovely. Do you know?
And going back, we're so old, we don't remember things,
Oh, yes,
Ah, you do. You do.
Yes, you do.
But we love to think back on the old days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know if my grandfather Alexander had a brother called David?
David,
Yep. Did he have a brother David? If you can remember.
he was known as David the Deaf Man. He was deaf.
Was he?
Aye. And they lived beside, that's Sadie Davidson.
Right.
They lived beside my granny. I don't know if you've been down to Ardersier, and there's a very old thatched cottage.
You've seen it.
That's where my granny
Oh yeah.
lived.
Yeah.
And then there's a
And
little
David
cottage
was
behind.
next door where Sadie Davidson stayed.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
right.
That's the old house, but Sadie did it up. They took over the...
And is
Sadie.
Sadie related?
Sadie.
Sadie Ross.
Sarah.
Sadie was her daughter.
Oh, Sarah.
A daughter.
Oh, David's,
Oh, there you go.
They had a sister, there was a dummy, a mute, lived in the same house.
Oh, okay.
Beside my granny,
Oh, yes, that's ringing bells.
Is it?
Yeah.
David.
But whether they're related or not.
Because there was some discrepancy with
And
Heather Osborne
Mrs.
didn't think that
Davidson,
Granddad
the
had a brother
wife.
called David.
Uh-huh.
So she didn't think that the lass in Derby and I were related at all. And so that's why I was interested to know why, if there was a David,
Yeah.
who was a brother of Alexander. And
It
it
would
says
be good
yes.
if you could see Sadie.
Yeah.
Could maybe.
Sadie.
Was that be Sadie Ross?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Sarah
right.
Ross
She's,
is a proper
that's
Sadie.
her married name, Sadie Davidson. But that was David's daughter,
Yep. Okay.
and David's wife had a very, very clever musician in America,
Oh, okay.
well known. Yes,
I have heard about it, but I don't know who it is. I have heard about
Sadie
it.
will tell you if you saw Sadie. Are you staying here? Are you staying with Margaret?
No,
No.
no, we're staying in Inverness.
Oh, you're staying in Inverness.
Yep.
Yes.
The house is full, Jess.
I know, you've still got Nicholas. Yes, yes. Margaret's a busy girl.
Oh,
I can
yes.
see that.
Yes.
Can see that.
Struggling up to the moment, anyway.
Now, I understand it was your birthday yesterday.
Pardon?
I understand it was your birthday yesterday.
I'm 96 now, so I want to forget birthdays. And coming out of church, the minister whispered, "Have a nice day tomorrow, happy birthday." I said, "Oh, I was hoping people wouldn't remember." So I get cards, I'm just after taking them down today, you know.
Only for a day, Jess.
I haven't got
Have
my
you given her
teeth
the-
in.
Yeah, no, have we given it to her?
They're on the.
We've got the flowers and
Yes.
chocolates.
Ian, are you staying in Inverness?
We're staying in
You're
Inverness,
staying in
yeah.
Inverness, that's nice.
Yep.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, I've taken them up from Aberdeen to come round the area.
yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that's nice. You can
That's
meet.
lovely. Yep.
Uh-huh.
We've got you a little gift for your birthday
Oh, Tina, that's
Some
very kind
chocolates.
of you.
and some and flowers.
Oh, that's too kind of
Pop them
you.
on the
Oh.
side for you.
If you put them over the table, that's very kind of you.
And a happy birthday.
Thank you. It's too often I get a kiss from a gentleman.
Well, thank you. I'm a
Thank you
gentleman.
very much, Tina.
Shall I put them on the
Very
side?
kind of you all. Sorry I haven't a drum for you.
Oh, don't worry, we're fine.
I've got high blood pressure and I'm afraid to take it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's been having a dram with me. He's learning all about the whiskey.
Yeah. We never know we Doc and Doris.
Oh, and a wee dog
And Doris, we drop that
And a
song.
wee bit and Ben. And a wee dog and Doris.
Ah,
You're
fine.
all right, my wee hen. Oh, I'll forget the words. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la
Night,
la.
night. All right, at all.
Yes.
What a lovely singer you are.
You-
Lovely voice. Have you always had a nice voice? It's beautiful,
Well,
isn't it?
I like to sing, but I haven't a voice. But I like to sing.
Oh, you have got a
know.
voice.
I've got a voice.
You've got a lovely
Yeah.
voice.
Lovely.
Yes, it makes.
Lovely voice.
Jess, have you always lived in Ardersier?
Born and brought up in Ardersier.
Is that right?
And what a happy childhood we had.
Yeah.
Oh yes, those were the days.
Yeah.
We didn't have television, there were no cars. We didn't have, we had a radio latterly. You know, one that
So-
wireless,
Yeah.
Oh, wind
you had to
up.
wind it up.
So were you at school the same time as our parents? Would you
Jess would
like?
have been older than my mum
My
anyway.
father was killed in the 1418 war
Right.
in Addis,
Okay.
1917, not long before the finish of the war.
Right.
So
you
you would have known my auntie Peg Burns.
Yes, Margaret.
Margaret
was her
Burns.
name,
Yeah,
Margaret
Margaret.
Davidson, yes. Now, Heather was saying in the letter that her mother, Peg, would be 100
This
in
year.
October, I think. 100, aye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isabel would have been 90 this year. Alex John would have been
Isabel, I was very
91.
sorry to hear about your mum.
It was quite a long time ago.
Yes.
1986.
Yes. She never managed home, I don't think.
No.
Did she come? No, she didn't come home.
Yeah, she came home.
Was she home once?
Three times she came back.
Oh, yes.
Three times. So,
Yes.
but never liked Australia. She never liked Australia.
But Margaret's mother always kept in touch. you
Always.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
there's a phone.
Your
Is that a
phone's
phone?
ringing, Jess.
I did.
Your phone is ringing.
Oh, Oh, I'll just leave it, but it'll be someone advertising insurance or that. I'll just leave it. I'll ring 147. I'll just leave.
Oh, look at them.
And you see that you're not getting a drop to that door?
No,
yet?
no, it's warm.
beautiful.
It's
Lovely
fine.
warm.
No, it's fine. So you knew Elsie and Alec as well then? Did you know them as children? Well, they were children. And you'd have seen them as children, yeah?
Who, the Davidsons?
No, Alec Cameron and Elsie.
Oh,
Margaret's
Elsie,
mum.
Elsie Cameron and Alec.
Aye.
They drew, well, they were much younger than
Yes,
that.
yes.
But we were all connected with the church and
So you knew them?
I've got, I wish I could find it. There was a very good neighbour, old Pa White, Mr. and Mrs. White, a couple that lived across the road. Before they crossed to the semi-detached, they used to live through the wall from us. And they were great church workers in the guild. And Mr. White and Mr. Graham the minister and who was the other one? They got up the Boy Scouts. Alec is in it, your father, Alec Cameron.
Yes, that's
He's
right.
in
He
it.
would have been in, yeah.
And a lovely group. They went across at Portrush camping. They were a good bunch of boys in those days.
Yeah.
That was Alec, that was your uncle.
Yes,
Aye, your uncle. Alec Cameron.
Tell me, see the house down at the bottom of the road?
And
You see the two-storey house, you know, down at the bottom of the hill there on the right?
Elm Bank, where
Elm Bank.
Marshall lives.
Uh-huh. Who used to live in there?
George Gann,
George Gann.
insurance
Uh-huh.
man. Uh-huh.
And what about the...
And the wee plot adjoining, that was always laid out to another family,
Right.
a couple.
And who stayed in the house in the front then, where Ishbel McKinnon used to live?
I don't know who's there now, Margaret.
No, but who used to stay there?
That used to be Ishbel McKinnon
Uh-huh, but before
and
that.
her mother and father.
Before
were
that.
Free church.
Right.
And before that, Charlie Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe.
That's
it.
Mrs.
That's
My
it.
father, she
Charlie
loved my
Ratcliffe.
father. Yeah,
Yeah.
she
You
loved
know,
my
friends.
father. You know that. She loved to be with she told, my father said that she was a wonderful woman and she looked after my father. She treated him with lots of kindness.
Mrs.
Ah, the
Ratcliffe.
Mrs. Ratcliffe, yeah.
Ah,
She was good friends of my dad when he was a boy.
yes,
Yes.
Mrs. Ratcliffe. Ah, they were an old family.
Well, she said,
Now, Charlie,
she said, now you've got a new sister and her name's Elspeth. Is it Elspeth? But you must call her Sis because there's so many Elspeths in the area. You must call her Sis. And he always called her Sis because of that.
Yes.
Yeah. He always
Now,
calls her
that
Sis.
that was an old family as far back as Sweden.
Right.
Now, before
Mrs.
this,
Ratcliffe.
3 blocks of council houses were put up. That's 80 years ago. Now, Charlie Radcliffe had vegetables, it was all fields. And Charlie used to go around with a horse and cart and sell the vegetables.
Yeah.
And then there was another man, you remember Agnes, her husband worked at the port. She belonged to Aberdeen and her husband. Okay, Willie Nancy. Willie Nancy used to cut people's hair. So he went up and cut Charlie's hair. He got through half of it and he says, I'll come back tomorrow and finish it. we always remember that.
What a rascal.
Yeah.
There were a lot of worthies in those days in Ardersier.
Yeah.
But that lot of houses where your mother and granny lived, that was all Fisher houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know if High Street was ever known as Fisher's Row?
Fisher Row. Well, when we were young, that was never known to us as Fisher Row.
Oh, okay.
We never heard it. It's only late
It's a modern
They
thing.
with
Ah.
it,
Oh,
More
okay.
modern.
Oh.
We never heard.
Because of the
we didn't-
Fishers, the connection with the fishing houses, some
Yeah, of
people
course,
have started
yeah.
calling it
Yeah,
Fisher's
it's
Row.
just a local, it's
But
a
I,
modern
but, I,
thing.
but I find it referred to as Fisher's Row in some of the old records.
All right,
So that doesn't sort
Oh.
of gel
No.
right, because it's only lately known as Fisher's Row.
Do you know what we
Well-
used to call it? The first part of that house, coming up to my granny's, we used to call it Granny's Row, Granny's Road.
Yeah.
Granny's Road, that was always Granny's Road. And then further up at Alice's, that was Maggie Marmalade's.
Maybe
Radcliffe stayed next door. You remember? Do you remember Mr. Radcliffe's neighbour? Besides Miss
McMillan.
McKinnon.
yeah, McMillan, yeah.
Yes.
What was his first
Now,
name?
the old lady used to make marmalade, and we used to go up and she sold it. We used to go up for a job, and it was always
Maggie Marmalade.
McMillan's Maggie Marmalade's Road.
I love it.
Yeah.
Very good.
And you know Alfie Weems? He used to help, my Auntie Meg was postmistress in Ardersier, and at Christmas she got people to help out with the post, the parcels and that.
Yeah.
So Alfie Weems, he was on helping the post, the parcels and all that. He called at old Mrs. McMillan's door and she said, "Would you like a taste of my rhubarb wine?" "Oh yes, that would be nice," says Alfie. So he went in. He came out staggering. It was that potent. And him going round with the parcel.
Yeah.
Now in those days they used to send hens in the post.
Hens.
Hens.
And by the time
What,
they
live
would reach
ones?
here, they would be rotten, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and shone the post. But that's Maria's father. He was a great comedian. He used to get so annoyed and he used to swear at the parcels. They would be hanging out. And I'll tell you what they could do. Send them by train, just tying the legs and a label.
Oh,
But my mother used to send them to her cousin in Birmingham. And they had to tell my mother to stop sending them. They'd be rotten, you know.
Yeah.
By the time they reached Birmingham.
oh dear.
Love it.
Isn't it?
Now, were you here before, including the years?
The last time I was here was in 1955.
Was your mother alive then?
Yes, that was just before we went to Australia at the end of 1955.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And then Mum passed away in 1986.
yes.
And so this is my first visit back
First
since
visit,
1955.
Yes.
So
And
And have you-
how old were you then?
I was 7 when I left. 7 when I
Oh,
left.
you were 7.
Yeah.
So you remember Ardersier?
No, because we lived. My dad was in the army, in the British Army, and so we lived in Kent,
Oh,
on the army base in Kent.
on Kent.
And we only came back here to say, Mum wanted to come back here to say goodbye to her mother, father and family before she went to Australia.
Yes,
So I was only here for a very short time.
yes,
I can remember the house at 104,
yes.
but not much else.
No. It's all done up. Oh, you would have passed it. Did you go out and see it? I don't know.
104, yes, yep.
Yes.
Was burnt down. The original
That
house was burnt.
rebuilt
Yeah,
Yeah.
by a pre-church minister and the wife.
yep.
Yes. So, it's a son who is now retired,
Yep.
and they come up periodically. They were going to stay up here in the house, the father's house.
Okay.
Seeing the father built it, they'll have kind of, you know,
Yep.
happy memories.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I
that's-
remember the house. I remember the house quite well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You wouldn't remember Alice. No, you wouldn't remember anyone in Ardersier, the Bairns.
No,
No,
no.
no.
Was Alice Davidson, was that the same, were they related?
Alec George.
No, Alice Davidson, you know, who lived next door, Switchers.
Alec David.
No, Alice.
Oh, Alice Davidson, yes. She was always a neighbour.
But that was
Switcher.
a different Davidson,
Davidson.
was it?
Now, who was they related to?
I don't think they were part of ours.
No.
I think Davidson, beside Granny, was related to Patchy Davidson's, I think.
Who's Patchy? Who's that? Who is Patchy?
And what about the Ellen Sutherland? That was another Davidson.
Yes. That was Danny.
Uh-huh.
Town was full of them.
Eh?
Yeah, town was full of them.
Yes.
Jess, can I use your toilet?
Yes, certainly, the top of the stairs.
Thank you.
Left-hand side, James.
Right hand side?
Left-hand side,
Oh,
Liz.
that way.
I'm not going to go in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you were going right down.
I could have gone that way.
Sorry, I thought you opened that.
Ian, how's
You pay at the
all your
window.
family?
Oh well,
The
my
daughters you have her.
I've got two sons and one daughter,
Oh, lovely.
and the one daughter has just had a baby a year ago.
Oh, congratulations.
So my daughter's name is Claire, and the Isabella is the baby. Isabella.
Oh, Isabella. Oh, yes.
So-
It's called after Isabella.
Yes.
Yes. That's nice.
Yeah. So they're doing fine, and my two sons are still single. They're in their 30s, and they're still.
They're just taking their time.
They're
yes.
taking their time. Yeah.
Better, yes.
Yeah.
Better not to rush into it.
Definitely not to rush into it. No. So they're fine too. But my sister died last Christmas.
Yes, I remember Margaret went down to the funeral.
That's right.
Yes,
Margaret came down and
Colin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Robert is my son-in-law, my brother-in-law Robert. He's doing fine. He's doing very well.
Is he on
But-
his own?
Well, he's got his son Paul staying with him. Paul
Oh,
is staying with him. His son. He's about 30 now, but he's
So he
he's single as well.
it was very sad. about
Yeah,
it.
very sad, very sudden.
Yes.
We didn't know, and just like that.
Dreadful.
But now Robert's she's got two granddaughters and a third baby on the way at Christmas time.
Oh, lovely.
It's a boy this time, so he's going to have three.
The family's
grandchildren.
extending, yes, it's growing.
Uh,
You're not unlike Alec Cameron.
so I believe.
Yes, same build.
Aye,
Ian. Yes.
It's quite,
And
it's
Tina,
quite
what
scary.
family have you got? You live.
Her name's Heather.
Oh, Heather.
My mum
my-
was Tina.
Oh, it was
My mum
Tina.
was Tina.
Your mum was Tina. Yes, it's Tina.
Mhm.
That Heather. Are you?
And Heather as well.
That's
yeah.
a nice name, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have a Scotch name.
Yeah, lovely
Yeah.
Scots
And
name.
what sisters have you got, or brothers?
I've got a sister, Anita.
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 Anika,
My sis-
Anita. There used to be Anika and Ardersier. Anita MacLennan.
Oh,
This is Anita.
Oh, Anita.
Anita.
A-N-I-T-A. Anita.
Mhm,
Oh,
That's my
yes.
sister.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I've got three daughters.
You have.
I've got three daughters.
One, she looks quite young. Yes,
and there you go.
I know.
My first daughter's called Isabella,
Is another
Another Isabella, yeah.
and her birthday is the same date as Les's mum.
Oh,
So she's the same
Yes,
birth
that's
date,
true.
and she's called Isabella. So I've
yes.
got an Isabella, a Sophia, and a Natasha.
Sophia and Natasha. Now, was it your mother that had a hairdresser?
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
That's
I
right.
remember
she was.
that.
Yeah.
They lived down near Birmingham somewhere.
Yes, Leicester.
Yes.
Very near
It was
Birmingham.
awfully sad about Alec John. That's a long time ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Uh-huh.
It was just after Isabella was born.
Was it?
Not long after
Uh-huh.
Isabella was
No,
born.
he
uh-huh.
was such a nice lad. There were a lot of nice boys in the village.
Oh, yes.
those
Yes.
days.
Yeah. And he was great friends
He was
with...
in the Boy Scouts.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
And he was great pals with Alec Cameron.
Yes, they
Weren't
got
they?
on well.
They
Our
were,
two
yeah.
families.
Yeah.
They did get on well. So you'll be seeing the McEwens later on, are you?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going down tomorrow.
You're going- oh,
Tomorrow
you're
we
going-
will see them in
Uh-huh.
Glasgow.
So you'll see them
Yes.
for the weekend.
Um,
Nice hearing about the McEwens. clever family too.
Mhm.
I couldn't believe that Elsie and Charlie, they'd 3 or 4 of a family.
Mhm.
Sandy, Charlie, Elspeth,
And Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew. is the
Andrew.
fourth
One of them died.
Yeah,
Yes.
Andrew.
Was that Andrew?
Mhm.
The other one in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
Charles.
Charlie.
Very, why, he's teaching.
Yeah.
He's a teacher.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice. They used to live on Nairn Road, Charlie and Elsie.
Yeah.
She was Elsie, we knew her as
Right.
Elsie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Elsie. Yeah.
Charlie and Elsie. He worked in the income tax office.
He did.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did. Yes.
It's quite funny because
Yeah.
when we came back here to Ardersier, we got a council house. You know, once we were living down in the south of England, and we came back up and we got a council house.
Are
and
you
it
sure you
was
want to get a cup of tea?
Elsie and Charlie's
No,
house.
we just had one down at down the road with Margaret.
No, we're fine.
Sure you're having a sherry or something?
No. No, no,
Margaret
no.
would see you all right.
Oh, she will. She'll see us.
I've got Anne, my daughter-in-law, cooking for me.
Yes, of course. You wouldn't be working today, Margaret.
I was, yes.
Were you in the morning?
Yes, I was working till 2 o'clock.
A busy lassie.
Aye, very busy. Very
Wee
busy.
Millie. Millie
Millie's-
Jane.
Aye.
She'll be good.
I nearly was able to bring her up to see you, but I
Yes.
think Mum decided maybe not such a
Come
good
out
idea.
of time, Margaret. I don't expect you. And I don't bother you because I know she's busy between the house and the job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
I was going to say to you, you were wondering about the clinic, for the...
Yes, I have been
the-
pleasing.
There's one on this Thursday, and I could take you through after work,
Oh, this.
because you have to be there for about 4:30. Do you want me to take you through?
Oh, I know. What best?
No, I would take you in the car.
Have you got the car
We-
going? Oh, Nicholas. I.
No, we've got a car.
Oh, you're.
But I don't know how long for,
No.
but we've got one.
It's always a help, Margaret.
That's a burden. Yes, but it's a help, you're right.
Thursday all's well.
Uh-huh.
So I'm 76. I've a lot of trouble, since Margaret would tell you. And I've this keratosis.
Oh, okay.
When we were bairns, we were always playing at the beach. We never bothered about sun.
Mhm.
So there was one time when I was working, I worked at Cumberland Barracks among the army. So I took a week's holiday one July, and it was a wonderful week, beautiful weather, rusticon. What did I do? I went down the beach and lay in the full hot sun.
Oh.
Well, the next day I had a blister on my lip.
Yeah.
I couldn't explain the pain I had. That must have been the start of the cancer.
Oh.
On my lip. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago I got it cut out. That would be lying there in the sun.
Aye.
Yeah.
We never bothered. Oh yes, you know all about it in Australia.
But when I was young, I used to go in the sun because we didn't know the damage it could do then.
Yes,
It's only in the last 20 years they found
Yes.
out that it's not good for you.
they're used to that in Australia, yes.
Oh, yeah.
The skin
Yeah.
disease. So this is keratosis. It's like another cancer.
Oh.
Oh.
And so I get it freezed up in Nairn Hospital.
Yeah.
Just grows again.
So what do you get in the clinic? What happened?
Oh, it's liquid nitrogen.
Liquid
Yeah.
nitrogen?
Yes, it's a
Oh.
water
Ah,
clinic.
yes,
Better.
that's what they use.
But it's just a drop-in clinic, you see.
Aye.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fit in with transport from Ardersier.
Uh-huh.
The practices have merged now with the Nairn practice, so and it's all based at Nairn Hospital. They built a new building there.
Mhm.
You
Okay.
know, Marion Smith in the chemist,
Uh-huh.
she said, you should see about that. They can do something for it. So she said,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you should
That's
actually.
freezing. Just, this is a man that seems to be worse. It was the last person who did it was Dr. Ball. He only did one side of it.
Yes.
He said, I think that's
Uh-huh.
enough for a day. He only did this side.
Right. Okay. You do need to follow it up, Jess,
Ah,
because it's much better. It's
Yes,
dealt with.
I
Otherwise,
know.
it'll go in.
I neglected because I couldn't, was slow in making an appointment.
No, I'm the same. I had one cut out, and it's just the sun.
You know,
I've
it's
seen
very
something coming just now.